Welcome, the anointed ones. In a world full of masks, the greatest threat is someone who dares to live unmasked. Imagine this. You're walking through life a bit wiser, a bit more spiritually awake than most, only to realize there's a certain type of person who seems almost magnetically drawn to you. They don't come bearing light. They come bearing shadows. This isn't just a personality clash. This is a secret battle, a silent war between the chosen ones and the narcissists. Here's a fact. Research shows narcissistic traits are on the rise, with around 1 in every 10 people displaying some form of this toxic trait. So if you feel like you keep bumping into them, you're not alone. For every light, there's a shadow lurking nearby, trying to dim it. Chosen ones. With your clarity, empathy, and unbreakable spirit, you naturally expose a narcissist's cracks. And let's be real, they don't exactly appreciate that. This isn't just an annoying encounter, it's almost a cosmic dance. For the chosen one, it can be an exhausting and perplexing experience. Imagine trying to reason with someone who'd rather argue with a mirror. So why are you, the chosen ones, the kryptonite to narcissists? Why do they fixate on you as if their very sense of self depends on breaking you down? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the dark, hidden dynamics of this spiritual battle and uncovering what makes this silent war so relentless. It's truth versus illusion, light versus shadow, and in this game, only one side can come out stronger. 1. Narcissists crave the light. They'll never achieve. Narcissists are captivated by chosen ones, drawn to their light like moths to a flame. But this isn't just envy, it's deeper, almost primal. Narcissists know deep down that they lack a certain essence, an authenticity that chosen ones naturally carry. This light is not about popularity or surface-level charm. It's an undeniable inner strength and clarity that radiates effortlessly, drawing others in. Narcissists, who often work hard to project an image of perfection, recognize this authenticity in chosen ones and are haunted by a bitter awareness that they'll never have it. This awareness creates an obsession for the narcissist. Chosen ones become a fixation because they embody everything the narcissist secretly wants, but knows they cannot create on their own. It's a quiet desperation, a need to feed off the energy, kindness, and stability that chosen ones naturally exude. Narcissists crave this light, not to honor it, but to possess it, to drain it, and if possible, to tarnish it. They believe that by chipping away at a chosen one's spirit, they can somehow diminish the qualities they envy and restore their sense of superiority. The result is a cycle of emotional tug-of-war, where the narcissist hovers in admiration yet seeks to dim the very light they're drawn to. This isn't admiration in the usual sense, it's a warped fascination driven by envy and self-loathing. They feel compelled to undermine or prove that this light isn't real, that chosen ones are no better than they are. But even in their attempts to break it down, the narcissist finds themselves unable to reach or replicate that inner radiance. This leaves them both repelled by and obsessively drawn to chosen ones, a paradox that fuels the relentless hidden battle between them. 2. Chosen ones trigger. Narcissists' deepest fears of exposure. Chosen ones have a gift. They see through people, spotting motives and intentions that others overlook. This ability makes them profoundly unsettling to narcissists, who survive by creating illusions and controlling how they're perceived. Narcissists rely on their mask, a carefully constructed persona designed to hide their insecurities and present a picture of confidence, intelligence, and power. But when a chosen one walks into their life, that mask starts to crack. For a narcissist, this is a nightmare. They're used to people buying into their version of reality, admiring them without question, and being blind to their hidden insecurities. But chosen ones disrupt this comfort zone by simply seeing them as they are without even trying. It's as if chosen ones hold up a mirror, showing the narcissist all the qualities they want to hide from others: insecurities, emptiness, jealousy. This reflection is unbearable, and instead of facing it, narcissists become hostile. They'll attempt to discredit the chosen one, creating drama and conflict to divert attention away from themselves. What's worse for the narcissist is that chosen ones don't just see the truth. They don't play into the narcissist's emotional games. Narcissists thrive on reactions and manipulation, but a chosen one's calm and clear-sighted nature often leaves them feeling exposed and powerless. This unmasking process is terrifying for the narcissist because it reveals the emptiness behind their carefully constructed image, which they desperately try to protect. The presence of a chosen one is a threat, a constant reminder that someone can see right through them and won't be controlled. In a twisted way, the narcissist feels trapped, torn between a fascination with the chosen one's strength and a consuming need to tear it down to protect their own fragile self-image. This battle of perception becomes an invisible war, with the narcissist attempting to obscure the very light they're drawn to. 3. The spiritual immunity of chosen ones weakens. Narcissistic control. Narcissists thrive on control. They need to feel they're in charge of every situation and every person around them. They manipulate, create chaos, and use people like chess pieces to satisfy their need for dominance. But when a narcissist encounters a chosen one, they hit a wall. Chosen ones have something rare, a self-assuredness, a deep sense of who they are, and a kind of inner immunity that makes them resistant to manipulation. It's this resilience, this spiritual armor, that throws the narcissist off balance. For the narcissist, this is infuriating. They're used to twisting people's emotions and bending their will, but the chosen one simply doesn't react the way others do. Where most people might be rattled by the narcissist's mind games, the chosen one sees right through them, often refusing to play along. This lack of reaction undermines the narcissist's sense of power. It's as if their usual tricks just fall flat, leaving them feeling exposed and ineffective. The narcissist, who depends on others for validation and control, finds themselves faced with someone who can't be broken down so easily. The more the chosen one resists, the more obsessed the narcissist becomes with trying to break through this spiritual immunity. They'll escalate their tactics, digging deeper into their bag of manipulations, but all they accomplish is revealing their own desperation. Every failed attempt to control the chosen one is a blow to the narcissist's fragile ego, and instead of feeling powerful, they feel weak, frustrated, and humiliated. This resilience, the quiet strength of a chosen one, becomes a mirror, showing the narcissist their own limitations. It's a bitter pill they can't swallow. They're forced to confront a truth they can't tolerate, that there are people in this world who simply can't be conquered, no matter how hard they try. 4. Chosen ones. Expose the spiritual bankruptcy of narcissists. Narcissists survive on a steady stream of attention, control, and admiration. They are, in essence, emotional vampires. Their interactions are driven by a need to siphon energy from others, filling an emptiness they carry within themselves. But when a chosen one enters their life, this energy drain becomes a point of tension. Chosen ones have an uncanny ability to expose what's hidden. They can see the void within the narcissist, the spiritual emptiness that the narcissist desperately tries to cover with charm, manipulation, and power plays. This exposure is like a mirror reflecting back the truth that the narcissist has worked so hard to deny. For the narcissist, this exposure is deeply uncomfortable. They've carefully constructed a world in which they are admired and in control, relying on others to validate that image. But chosen ones, with their grounded self-assurance and perceptive nature, disrupt this dynamic by revealing what lies underneath, a spiritual hollow that no amount of control or admiration can fill. This recognition forces the narcissist to confront their own weaknesses and disrupts their carefully built sense of superiority. They realize on some level that they're operating from a place of inner poverty, a lack of genuine connection, empathy, or self-awareness. This revelation often triggers the narcissist to retaliate. Instead of facing the void within, they lash out, trying to break down the chosen one who dared to reveal it. Their response can be anything from subtle sabotage to outright hostility as they try to regain control and reassert their dominance. But deep down, they know that the chosen one has seen them clearly, and that knowledge unsettles them in a way few things can. This dynamic leaves the narcissist feeling cornered by their own emptiness, unable to tolerate the truth that despite all their efforts to control others, they remain internally powerless. Factor 5. The narcissist's obsession with destroying goodness. Narcissists are often deeply cynical, harboring a worldview where genuine goodness or purity is seen as naive, weak, or outright fake. When they encounter a chosen one, someone who embodies authenticity, empathy, and strength, they feel an almost compulsive need to break it down. To the narcissist, these virtues are a challenge to their dark, twisted worldview where manipulation and selfishness rule. They simply can't accept that someone could be as genuinely good-hearted as they appear. Instead, they see these traits as a facade, just another mask, because that's all they know. This leads to an insidious urge within the narcissist to prove that everyone is as self-serving and deceptive as they are. They begin to test the chosen one, pushing boundaries and creating scenarios designed to provoke anger, jealousy, or resentment. The goal is to see cracks in the chosen one's character, to force them into reactions that validate the narcissist's belief that everyone is just like them. They want to believe that purity is a myth, that kindness has hidden motives, and that integrity is just a fragile facade waiting to collapse under pressure. In this quest, narcissists will often go to great lengths to corrupt or sabotage the chosen one's goodness, hoping to reveal flaws and vulnerabilities that will support their own cynicism. But this battle is not just about the chosen one. It's about the narcissist's own inability to face their emptiness and darkness. By trying to drag others down, they attempt to level the playing field, reinforcing the lie they live by, that nobody is truly better or purer than they are. This obsession with proving that goodness doesn't exist is an attempt to escape from the self-loathing that haunts them, yet ironically, it only deepens their inner turmoil. 6. The silent frequency war between light and shadow. The dynamic between chosen ones and narcissists isn't just psychological or emotional, it's an energetic clash, a silent frequency war between light and shadow. Chosen ones who live in alignment with compassion, authenticity, and higher principles naturally emit a frequency that reflects these qualities. This higher vibration, grounded in truth and inner peace, creates a sense of calm and empowerment that others can feel. Narcissists, on the other hand, exist on a different frequency. They operate from fear, manipulation, and self-interest, which resonates at a lower, more chaotic vibration. When these two energies meet, a palpable dissonance occurs. For the narcissist, being near a chosen one is like being exposed to a frequency that disrupts their own. This energetic clash is uncomfortable because the narcissist is forced to confront the stark contrast between their own state and the chosen one's. They sense a purity and resilience in the chosen one that challenges their own darkness, creating an unease they can't quite shake. This dissonance is more than just discomfort. It's a reminder of the narcissist's own limitations, a sense that something fundamentally different, even threatening, is present. Yet, paradoxically, this frequency clash also draws them in. Narcissists are magnetically attracted to the higher energy of chosen ones, as if some part of them craves the stability and light that they lack. This attraction isn't rooted in admiration or love. It's driven by a desire to possess or even corrupt that energy. The narcissist is both fascinated and frustrated by the chosen one's frequency, unable to fully connect with it or destroy it. This back and forth creates a push-pull effect, where the narcissist keeps returning to the chosen one, alternately seeking to bask in their energy and tear it down. In the end, this silent war of frequencies becomes a relentless cycle as the narcissist tries to resolve a dissonance that is beyond their control or understanding. 7. Chosen ones. Unconsciously trigger. Narcissists' shame. Chosen ones have a way of being that's authentic and self-assured. They don't need to manipulate, seek validation, or play mind games to feel valued or loved. This effortless self-worth creates a stark contrast for the narcissist, who bases their entire identity on external approval, control, and projection. The very presence of a chosen one becomes a reminder of what the narcissist lacks internally: true self-acceptance. This confrontation with authenticity pulls at the narcissist's deeply buried sense of shame and inadequacy, feelings they've tried to suppress by building a facade of superiority and charm. For narcissists, shame is intolerable. It's a wound they've hidden under layers of false confidence and manipulative behaviors. When a chosen one's existence pulls this hidden shame to the surface, they feel exposed, and they'll do anything to avoid facing it. They see the chosen one as a threat to their carefully constructed image, an unintentional mirror that reflects their emptiness. Instead of recognizing that this shame is their own, they react defensively, projecting blame and negativity onto the chosen one in an effort to escape their inner discomfort. The narcissist's response is often to undermine, belittle, or tarnish the chosen one. They'll spread rumors, plant doubts, and manipulate situations to cast the chosen one in a negative light. This is not just an attack. It's a desperate attempt to protect themselves from the truth by shifting the blame. They're hoping to escape the shame they feel when confronted with someone who lives authentically without needing the approval or control they depend on. In reality, though, this only deepens the narcissist's inner turmoil. Each attempt to diminish the chosen one reinforces the very shame they sought to hide. The chosen one's light becomes a constant reminder of the narcissist's inner void, creating a cycle of resentment, projection, and unending dissatisfaction. 8. The narcissist sees the chosen one as a threat to their false self. Narcissists are masters of creating a false self, a carefully constructed facade that reflects who they wish they were: powerful, admired, flawless. This false identity is their armor, concealing a core that's often insecure and self-doubting. To maintain this illusion, narcissists go to great lengths to control how others perceive them, relying on manipulation, charm, and deception to reinforce the image they want to project. However, when a chosen one steps into their world, their authenticity acts as an unspoken challenge to this facade. The chosen one's genuine self-assuredness, grounded values, and lack of need for external validation highlight the emptiness within the narcissist's false self. For the narcissist, this is an existential threat. The chosen one's realness makes the narcissist feel that their own persona could be unmasked at any moment. Deep down, the narcissist knows their identity is fragile, and the presence of someone who embodies what they can't, honesty, inner strength, and purpose, brings that fragility to the surface. Rather than facing this discomfort and questioning the authenticity of their own identity, the narcissist seeks to dismantle the chosen one's character. This leads to a series of calculated moves to destabilize the chosen one. They may gaslight, undermine, and belittle, all in an effort to cast doubt on the chosen one's confidence and values. By doing this, the narcissist hopes to bring the chosen one down to a level where they no longer feel threatened. The irony, of course, is that these tactics often backfire. Instead of weakening the chosen one, they often reveal the narcissist's true nature. But the narcissist is compelled to try, driven by an overwhelming need to protect their false self, even if it means engaging in a relentless attempt to control and invalidate the chosen one. In their mind, the illusion they've built is everything, and anyone who challenges it must be neutralized at all costs. 9. Chosen one's resilience forces the narcissist into an identity crisis. The resilience of chosen ones goes beyond mere mental toughness or emotional endurance. It's a spiritual weapon. Their ability to weather storms, remain true to themselves, and persist in the face of adversity is not just about personal strength. It's a direct reflection of their connection to a higher purpose and inner truth. For narcissists, this kind of resilience is particularly threatening. They thrive on manipulation and control, seeking to break down others to maintain their sense of superiority. But when they encounter someone whose resilience cannot be shattered by their tactics, the narcissist is forced to reckon with something they cannot control, an inner strength they don't possess. This unyielding resilience becomes a mirror for the narcissist, forcing them to confront their own glaring weaknesses and limitations. They are no longer the untouchable force they imagined themselves to be. The chosen one's endurance in the face of their attacks chips away at the narcissist's constructed identity, revealing the cracks in their own sense of invulnerability. This failure to break the chosen one becomes deeply destabilizing, as it directly challenges the very core of their inflated self-image. As the narcissist's manipulations fall flat and their efforts to tear down the chosen one fail, they are pushed into an identity crisis. They can no longer maintain the illusion of their own superiority, and this collapse triggers intense internal conflict. The narcissist may lash out in fits of rage, seeking to redirect the frustration and impotence they feel onto the chosen one or anyone around them. In some cases, they may spiral into despair, doubting their own worth and questioning the foundation of their carefully curated persona. It's a devastating moment for them, as the narcissist is forced to see their own inadequacy in stark contrast to the strength and resilience of the chosen one. This emotional turmoil, however, is a consequence of their own failure, an outcome they rarely experience, but one that shakes them to their core. 10. Narcissists weaponize emotional intensity. Chosen ones neutralize it. Narcissists are well versed in weaponizing emotional intensity to maintain control over others. They thrive in chaos, using drama, emotional outbursts, and manipulation to destabilize their targets. This tactic is not just about creating a scene, it's about drawing others into their emotional whirlwind, ensuring that the focus stays on their needs, their emotions, and their power. By simplifying the emotional stakes, the narcissist attempts to shift the balance of power, making others react or even feel responsible for managing their turmoil. In contrast, chosen ones have an innate ability to neutralize this weapon. Their inner calm acts as a shield against the narcissist's emotional manipulation. When the narcissist escalates a situation with drama or emotional intensity, the chosen one refuses to engage in the frenzy. They don't bite the bait, nor do they react in the way the narcissist expects. Their steady composure and unwavering focus create a stark contrast to the emotional chaos the narcissist is trying to stir up. Instead of feeding into the narcissist's desire for attention or validation through conflict, the chosen one holds their ground, maintaining a sense of peace and balance. This lack of engagement is what disarms the narcissist. When the expected emotional response doesn't come, the narcissist finds themselves in an emotional void, alone with their tactics, which now seem ineffective and impotent. Narcissists thrive on emotional validation through drama and chaos. Without it, they are left flailing, trying to provoke a reaction that never comes. This disconnection frustrates them deeply, as it exposes their lack of real control and forces them to confront the futility of their manipulations. The chosen one's ability to remain unaffected by the emotional intensity narcissists use as a weapon creates a level of powerlessness in the narcissist that is both enraging and humiliating. 11. The narcissist's desperate need for validation exposes their own weakness. Narcissists live in a constant state of seeking validation from others. Their sense of worth is entirely dependent on external praise, admiration, and approval. They measure their value by how much attention they can command and how much power they can exert over those around them. This need for constant affirmation is not just a preference, it's a desperate craving, an essential part of the narcissist's fragile ego. They need others to reflect back to them the image of greatness they've carefully constructed, without which their sense of self would collapse into nothingness. Enter the chosen one, self-validated, self-sufficient, and deeply rooted in their own identity. The chosen one doesn't seek approval or external recognition. They already know their worth. This autonomy is a direct challenge to the narcissist's entire worldview. The narcissist thrives on the idea that everyone, deep down, needs validation from others. When they encounter someone who isn't swayed by their manipulations or empty flattery, it exposes the narcissist's greatest fear, that their sense of self is weak and hollow, dependent on the validation of others to feel whole. This power imbalance drives the narcissist into a frenzy. The chosen one, with their internal sense of validation, becomes a living reminder of the emptiness the narcissist is desperately trying to fill. Instead of being able to control or influence the chosen one, the narcissist is confronted with their own dependency. This realization is infuriating because it strips away the narcissist's carefully constructed superiority. Unable to stand in the face of someone who embodies self-worth without needing others' approval, the narcissist will often try to undermine or tear down the chosen one in a desperate attempt to reclaim control. They can't tolerate the reminder that their power is a mirage, and the chosen one's inner strength forces them to reckon with the truth of their own weakness. 12. The paradox of the narcissist's fear and admiration. The relationship between narcissists and chosen ones is steeped in a psychological paradox that fuels much of their interaction. On the surface, the narcissist harbors deep contempt for the chosen one. They see their strength, authenticity, and unwavering sense of self as a threat, an affront to everything the narcissist has spent their life constructing. The narcissist thrives in a world of superficiality, manipulation, and control, and the chosen one's raw honesty and inner power undermine this carefully curated image. The narcissist cannot help but feel disdain for what they perceive as the chosen one's moral superiority, resilience, and clarity. However, underneath that resentment lies an equally powerful feeling: admiration. The narcissist, in their core, secretly envies the very qualities they so despise. They crave the strength the chosen one embodies, the freedom that comes with being authentic, and the peace found in self-validation. These qualities, so alien to the narcissist, create a magnetic pull. They are drawn to the chosen one not only because they see them as a reflection of what they can never be, but also because the chosen one's essence represents everything the narcissist has been chasing their entire life. This creates a disorienting, paradoxical bond. The narcissist feels a desperate need to destroy what they wish they could possess. They want to break down the chosen one's authenticity, to prove to themselves that it isn't as powerful as it seems, to validate their own choices and lifestyle. In this way, the narcissist's envy and admiration coexist in a tense, explosive relationship. They hate what they see, but are also deeply compelled to emulate it. The paradox is spiritual at its core, a resistance to what they are subconsciously drawn to, creating a cycle of resentment, self-loathing, and a desperate need to tear down the very thing they secretly long for. This internal tug-of-war only intensifies the narcissist's obsession, pushing them to escalate their attacks, all the while unknowingly feeding the very energy they fear. In the complex and often tumultuous dynamic between chosen ones and narcissists, we witness a battle of energies that transcends mere interpersonal conflict. It's not just a clash of personalities, it's a profound spiritual struggle. The chosen one, grounded in authenticity, self-validation, and inner peace, stands as a beacon of truth, while the narcissist, consumed by a desperate need for control and validation, seeks to tear down what they cannot understand or embody. This battle reveals the inherent weakness of the narcissist, a weakness they themselves cannot face, which is why they direct their frustration outward. The chosen one, in their quiet strength, exposes these vulnerabilities without even trying, and this exposure is what drives the narcissist to lash out. Yet, at the heart of this conflict lies a deeper truth. The narcissist's attack is often born from admiration, a yearning for the very qualities they cannot seem to cultivate in themselves. The paradox is simple, yet profound. The narcissist resents and envies what they secretly long to be. As this battle unfolds, it is crucial to remember that the chosen one is not simply a passive victim. They are active participants in a spiritual process, not just defending themselves, but also offering a reflection that forces the narcissist to confront their own unresolved inner turmoil. In the end, the power of the chosen one lies not in destruction, but in their unwavering presence, quietly dismantling illusions and creating the space for truth to emerge. While the narcissist may never fully embrace this truth, the chosen one's resilience and authenticity continue to shine as a testament to the strength of self-awareness, love, and integrity. As the narcissist's world crumbles under the weight of their own contradictions, the chosen one remains steadfast, not because they are without flaw, but because their soul is aligned with a power far greater than any narcissistic tactic. The victory lies not in defeating the narcissist, but in remaining unshaken by their attempts to control, manipulate, or destroy. The chosen one's greatest triumph is their own unwavering spirit. If you've felt the intensity of this spiritual war between chosen ones and narcissists, if you've recognized the power within yourself or seen the subtle dynamics at play, then don't let this moment slip away. You're not just a passive observer, you're part of a greater understanding, and this journey is just beginning. If you want to keep unlocking the secrets of your own spiritual strength, stay ahead of the game and continue to dive into the truth of what it means to be chosen. Then make sure to hit that subscribe button. By subscribing, you're stepping into a community that thrives on authenticity, empowerment, and breaking through illusions. You won't just be following a channel, you'll be joining a movement. So hit subscribe, stay engaged, and let's continue this journey of spiritual awakening together. You're not alone, and the best is yet to come. Stay blessed.